everyone, and welcome to part 1 of 2 of a Q&A session that I'm going to be doing on YouTube. I can't believe I have had a channel for so long and you haven't yet done a Q&A session. It's mad, so it's long overdue and I'm sorry about that. So earlier on today I did a post on Instagram asking for questions and I'm going to answer a selection of those in this video. If you didn't see that post on Instagram and you want to post questions that might be answered in part 2, then please feel free to leave questions in the comments in this video, because I will look at those as well as the Instagram post for the next lot of questions. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, let's get started. I've got 12 questions to get through. So, number 1, how many pets have you owned in your lifetime? Well, that's quite an easy one. When I was much younger, I had 3 hamsters, not all at the same time, one after the other. And then about over the last 10 years, I have had 9 guinea pigs in total. Next up, what were the names of all your guinea pigs you've ever had? So first of all, I had 2 male guinea pigs that were called Ross and Joey. We didn't actually realise they were boys until we'd had them for a bit, so we adopted them as females and called them Monica and Phoebe, and then I've obviously had to change the names when we found out. And if you haven't made the connection yet, the time that I got them was around the time that the last ever series of Friends was being shown on TV here in the UK, and that makes me feel old because it is, yeah, going on for 10 years ago. I can't believe it's that much time has passed. But anyway, I really love Friends, so that's why they got named after some of the characters. And then after Ross and Joey came Pixie and Sprite, and then Annie and Lola, and then the 3 guinea pigs that I've got at the moment are Willow, Twiglet and Lyra. Question 3. Did you rescue your piggies and how old were they when you got them? So out of the 9 guinea pigs that I've had in total, I've only rescued 4 of them, and that's simply because I didn't know before that you could get guinea pigs from rescues. I didn't know you could adopt them. So it wasn't until I got Annie and Lola from a local rescue that I started rescuing guinea pigs. And when I got Annie and Lola, they were both about a year old, although there was something about Annie, I always felt like she might have been a bit older, but you can never be 100% sure of their age unless you know it from their previous owner. And then the other rescue piggies that I've had are Twiglet and Willow, and they came from the RSPCA, and Willow was just under a year and Twiglet was 6 weeks. I had to wait until she was old enough so that I could adopt them as a pair. Okay, so question 4 that I was debating whether or not to include it, and I kind of had to plan my answer because it is quite a raw topic, and that is, how have you dealt with pet loss? Now obviously I've had to deal with that fairly recently with the loss of Sprite, and as I'm sure a lot of you know, losing a pet is extremely hard. It's so unfair. And yeah, but at the same time it's inevitable, so it's a really tricky thing, and I think people really vary on how they cope with the grief. For me personally, I kind of try not to focus on all the scenarios and the what if questions and thinking what if things had been different. I try to just look back at the happy memories and be thankful for those, and kind of just think death, it's inevitable, so you kind of take on pets knowing that one day they are going to have to leave you, so you know, and there's not much you can do about that. And I think what answers that question best is the fact that no matter how hard it is saying goodbye and losing pets, it won't ever put me off wanting to get more pets and give those pets a loving home. Next up we have, what is the best amount of guinea pigs to have? The best amount. So, yeah, straightforward answer, more than 1. Just, if you're a new owner, you're getting guinea pigs for the first time, please don't get 1 piggy. There's a whole load of information and a whole load of videos out there that focus on why we should get more than 1 guinea pig, why they are happier and healthier in groups. So whether you get 2, 3 or more, whether you have a huge herd, as long as you have enough time to look after them, then I think the numbers, it doesn't really matter as long as it's not a single piggy. Next up, what is your guinea pig's favourite food? This is a really easy one actually. It's actually not anything they've ever had a huge amount of, and it's, well, unless you count hay, but it is fresh grass. All guinea pigs absolutely love the stuff, and that's why one day I can't wait until I'm able to have a garden where the guinea pigs can go outside and enjoy that fresh grass. And that kind of ties into the next question, which is, would you ever keep your guinea pigs in an outdoor enclosure? And then they said like a shed, for example. I think it's great to have like an outdoor shed or a summer house for them, but for me personally, I've always owned them indoors. Well, the majority of the guinea pigs that I've had have been indoors. And I really like the setup that I have with the craft room come pet room, and it's just really nice. I get to be social with them, interact with them more than I feel I would if they were outside. Next up is, did you ever have any piggies in a pet store cage? I regret to admit it, but yes, I did. My first guinea pigs, Ross and Joey, were in a pet store cage, and then when I first got Pixie and Sprite, because I was at university, the landlord insisted on them being outside in a hutch, but that ended up only being for a short amount of time. But yes, Ross and Joey were in a pet shop cage. It was a big one, but it still didn't meet the recommended cage size for 2 guinea pigs, and the vast majority of pet store cages don't meet that unless you spend a lot of money, and at spending the amount that you might as well do on a DIY cage where you can offer them 4, 5, even 6 times the amount of space, which is just fantastic. And CNC cages these days are fantastic as well. So yes, I did have my piggies in a pet store cage at one point, but I would never do that again, and I would never recommend anyone to do that. What are your guinea pigs' favourite toys and fleece items? Okay, so I like this question because obviously all guinea pigs are different, they all like different things, but for mine, Twig, Willow and Lyra, kind of toys, chew toys and hanging toys, they're really not bothered about. They'll give them like one sniff and then just leave them and ignore them. There's a few things that they might chew on, but nothing really. Maybe that's my fault, maybe I need to be more adventurous and make them some more creative toys. But fleece items and furniture, they really like the snuggle sacks and tunnels. So like these kind of things. And it's quite funny because obviously I make and sell cozies, and these type of ones are probably some of the least popular, but my guinea pigs just love them so much, and I think that's because they can be undercover and sheltered, and then especially the tunnels as well act as a plaything for them, a toy as well. And then after these comes the other ones like the hidey huts and the hooded beds. The cuddle cups, they're not so bothered about. I think because they're quite exposed, they won't spend long periods of time in those like they will in these. The snuggle sacks especially, I know some people's guinea pigs have trouble with them and they tend to sit on top rather than go inside, but once they work that out, they really do love the snuggle sacks, which is surprising because I don't really sell that many of them. Okay, so moving on. How many animals would you have if you could, and what type? Well, I'm animal mad, so I think if it were down to me and I didn't have to work and go out and earn money, I'd probably have a whole menagerie of the things. I'd probably have like goats and ducks and chickens and sheep and stuff like that. I'd like to have a dog, but I don't think we will ever have a dog because my boyfriend is allergic to them, and on top of that we both work full time and it wouldn't really be fair on a dog. And cats, I'm not too sure, I'm not really a catty person. I don't like the way that they go out and kill small mammals and birds. I don't think I could deal with that easily. Then other things like hamsters and rats, yes, possibly, though I'm not too sure really. And then rabbits, possibly, coming around to that idea. We'll see. So yeah. Next up is, what is your favourite breed and colour of guinea pig? I really do like the agouti coats where the hair changes colour partway through. The silver agouti, like little Pixie was, that's really, really pretty, and I like the grey that Lyra has in her hair. But in terms of breeds, no, I don't really have any preferences. I like long-haired piggies, but then I probably like short-haired piggies just as much, and I'd probably definitely get some more short-haired piggies in the future. So I don't know really, I think I just like a selection of different ones. So the last question is, are you planning on adopting another guinea pig? And there were a few variations on this question. Some people asked when, some people put a soon on the end, like soon. I can't really give a when, I can't really say soon, but in answer to are you planning on adopting another guinea pig, then definitely. I'll always have guinea pigs, and I do want to increase the number that I have at the moment. If I got any more, I think it would be more going towards the winter time of year when I'm less busy with work, because in the summer and the spring I do a lot of night work and I work away from home as well. So if I was getting some more guinea pigs, I think that I'd like it to be when I can spend more time with them, really. Okay, so I think that has answered all the questions I have for now. Sorry if your question didn't get answered, I might not have seen it, or some of them were really tricky. Can you describe your guinea pigs in one word? And I thought about it for a bit and then I was just like, no. The answer's just no, I can't. If you want to leave questions for the next video, then please do in the comments below or on the Instagram post. And please let me know if you enjoyed this video or not. And that's bye from me, and the piggies haven't really been in the video too much, so bye from them anyway. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye! Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a bit different from my normal videos. I thought I would do a bit of vlogging and just share with you what I get up to on a normal day when I'm off work.